Hey, welcome back everybody. I'm Lou, and this is Metal Lens Reviews. What's up? Hope you're all doing well. So, if this happens to be your first time here, you're checking it out, you like what you see, thank you. Please do me that favor of like, comment, subscribe. As I mentioned before, it really helps me grow the channel, spread it to the masses, and of course, motivates this guy to provide you more content. Alright, so what are we doing here? No video reactions. It's going to be my podcast segment of this channel, Real Talk, I like to call it. And I'm just going to pick a topic, or in this case, multiple topics, and just, whatever comes to my mind. This is unfiltered. I guess is going to be my most controversial, but I'm sure people have said worse, so you be the judge. Alright, I wrote them down. Look at that. Just a list of stuff I'm going to say, just kind of speed line to you. This probably ain't going to be too long. I don't know. We'll fill it out. Alright? So, first things first. The lovely folks at Disney, the wokes at Disney, like to portray a different image now. By Disney, I mean, obviously Disney, productions, Disney movies, Disney films, all recent stuff, actually. I couldn't help but notice. And actually, mostly modern Hollywood that, have to fit with the in crowd. So all I'm saying is you could have a diverse cast. You could be multi-ethnic, whatever, and be successful and thriving and fit in pretty much anywhere. But if the script is very specific on an individual, it's been already developed, why would you, juggle that around just to appease a group of people, or, make, a certain group that identifies a certain way happy? I feel like this is getting overused, and I think just now, not so much Hollywood, but the independent artists are waking up, and they're coming to their senses pretty much. Like I said, there's no issues with casting a diverse group of people if it calls for that. But if it's a movie set in a certain time period and you want to mix it up, sure, because a lot of societies, some of them were, ethically diverse, but at the same time, just make sure you know who you're casting and if they fit not just geographically, but, in the time frame and, what civilization they came from, So, it's like I said, it's just an appropriation thing. Like, you can't just push aside one group of people because you think like, they had their time to shine. No, because it's just history repeating itself just on the flip side. So we all got to get along here, or else, things are going to get way, way worse. And it's not moving over or passing the torch. No, we could all carry that torch and be super successful in the process. It's just, I wish the powers to be would stop pushing agendas, especially to our youth. It's confusing them. It's fucking them up. And I hope that improves. And, it's just one of those topics that always bothered me. I was afraid to mention it because I don't want to be canceled, but whatever. This is just me speaking my mind. For those who do know me personally, how I am. And this is probably the most outspoken. So Hollywood needs to chill. And hopefully, because of whatever movies that they attempt to, make modern, are crashing and burning. And I love it. So it's an eye-opener to them to, get with the program, All right, so got that out of the way. That was pretty tough. All right, let's deal with the next one. So this, Bill Maher, a talk show guy, really, really controversial character. He had a topic recently called Breeder's Choice, I think. And basically he's talking people that have children are no important than people that don't, I guess what he's coming at that, people with children, I guess, feel like empowered, like, hey, I have a family, I'm doing it, I'm living the American dream, or what have you, And he's thinking like, that's an outdated phrase. A man and a woman by themselves living the dream are just as successful, or if not better off, I see the points on both arguments here. Hear me out. So, a person that chooses to have a family, man and wife get married or whatever, or just, a couple, they want to have a kid, couple kids, you're going to run into, at some point, financial difficulties. That's a fact. Places to live. You will need a house that has 3 or more bedrooms, or a fixed basement. Schooling, supplies, more food, more of everything. So this runs into the instance where I do believe both households, members of the household should work. The mother and father should work. It's no longer a privilege anymore of where the mother could stay home if, and now there's a big if, or unless the husband or the father or whoever, the breadwinner, couldn't make enough money to cover that, which is also very few and far between. Like, I don't know anyone who could do that personally in my life, whether they're in, top tier management or an average worker like myself. I don't know anyone where both parties don't work. It just, you have to work. It's just it, so there's that. And I mean, I noticed a lot of flack for some reason with people that have families, and I get it. If you're on a plane ride for 3 hours and someone brings their kids along and they're loud and they're obnoxious, and I mean, some kids are like soldiers. You know what I mean? Don't say a peep. Others are not, and this is the genetics of the human race. Not everyone is a carbon copy. So you're gonna have a set of kids that are perfect, a set of kids that are wild. What are you gonna do about it? That's it. But I like to take my advice from people that know a thing or two. Bill Maher, he knows a lot of things. He can say a lot of things, but, he's no Elon Musk. Now, I know a lot of people, when it comes to Elon Musk, you're like, yeah, wait a minute, the guy's too spacey for me. And you're right, he's an alien for all we know. But he knows statistics. He knows paperwork. So when he says stuff like our birth rate are declining, I believe him. Because I see it. I see it with the younger generation. So I'm like in my mid-30s. I've seen people 20s to borderline 30s just nix the whole having family things. They're either single or they have a girlfriend, and that's it. And they're able to take, 2-3 week vacations, go to Europe, go to Asia, buy 2-3 cars, have a nice house. They're able to achieve all this thing. The long run, though. So let's say you're fulfilled in life with all that, right? All those material things. You're great. You've contributed somehow to society. You make it to, God willing, 90 years old. Now, the odds are that either or, the mother, whoever, your boyfriend, girlfriend's going to have a major medical issue, or maybe you live to, a great life without having to worry about any of that. So, what's going to happen? One person's going to have to take care of the other. So there you go. Now you're not just late in age. Now you got to take care of your partner. If they pass, you're by yourself. And it's going to come to a part where if you live to that age, I don't care how fit you are, you're going to need help. So then you have to think about retirement homes and stuff like that. And odds are, if your friends didn't make it, or if they moved on and had families, you're going to be alone by yourself between the ages of 70 and 90, living out the rest of your life. And if you're okay with that, then this conversation isn't for you. But that's a reality you have to accept. You don't have children, that's fine. You'll have a fun, sleep until noon kind of life. But at some point, it's going to be very, very lonely at an age where people normally get visits from their, grandchildren. So that's a reality too. So there's benefits, there's negatives, but the decision's ultimately up to you. We're here, our purpose is bigger than just procreating and keeping mankind up and running. But just think of the consequences at the end of the day. If you're fine, if you're such a introvert that it's not going to bother you, then like I said, this doesn't pertain to you. If it's something you want to think about, but and with that comes difficulties. I mean, to have a job today and to finance a family. So I get it. It's not just a choice. It's the situation too. that makes it very difficult to have a family today. I understand that too. So when it comes down to it, it's all about your choice. But it shouldn't be like a antagonist kind of situation where like, oh, forget these people, they're crazy having kids, or these people are going to die alone and sad. It shouldn't be battling all the time or survival of the fittest. That's insanity. Just accept what the other person does, and that's it. You're not influencing their decision. They're not influencing you, or inconvenience you for that matter. So leave it alone. It's a subject that shouldn't even be thought about. No one's better than the other, you know? Obviously, you know, people choose. You know, they have that right, and they still do. So at the end of the day, it's all on you. Okay. Oh, this is a good one. Dating and love. We live in a time, if you're, you know, in your mid-30s and up, dating's insane right now. Shit. Look at that. I mean, even our social media is entwined. So remember back in the day, you meet someone, you exchange phone numbers. That was the first step, right? Phone numbers. Now it's Instagram. Hey, what's your IG? You know, that's a thing. The Instagram replaced the phone number thing. So, you know, that's a thing. It's just very difficult because, and I mentioned this before, meeting someone, it's not like a growing love kind of thing. It's more like, you know, how could you benefit me? You know, how could I, you know, thrive in this relationship? How could you help me out and I could help you out? Well, what about struggling together? Remember that? You know, we're starting a family or traveling together. All these things, you know, it's just like, it's like a business arrangement now. That's exactly what it is. It's a business agreement, and it's like two companies merging. Like, okay, we're gonna, you know, definitely benefit from this mutual relationship. It sounds like you're signing goddamn documents, you know. Like, the fuck, when the fuck did that happen? When did not meeting someone by chance and falling in love, or meeting someone online and just have that growing attraction, maybe the same personalities or opposites attract, who knows? It just seems farther and farther away from that. And now it's more mechanical, or one-night stands, which, you know, we're all guilty of, but that connection, that love, it's dispensing. It's going away. I don't see it continuing, and I see it now with the promotion of just random hookups. If a random hookup happens to stick, good for you. But that's what it is. And, you know, I see it. I see a lot of people at work, at home, amongst friends, who are just choosing the single life. It must be fucking frustrating. Because I know, you know, as a man, being single, it's fucking, it is. It's super frustrating, but life goes on. I know, just from the posts I read, whether it be Instagram or Facebook, it drives women nuts. When say, the difference is, you know, someone like me, I wouldn't mind dating someone from, like, I don't know, Wendy's or McDonald's, a cashier. I don't care. We struggle together, you know. There is no fucking mutual benefit shit. You know, we build on a relationship, go out a few times, and there you go. That happens. Love develops, you know. I'm not looking for a CEO, and no CEO is not looking for me. Maybe, but it'll solve a lot of problems. But no, it's just not realistic. And yeah, it's just wild now. Because, like I said, what used to be passable, just I don't know, lost my train of thought. But I was saying, I know it's fucking frustrating for women, because I hear it like, oh my god, why can't I find a stable guy that I can lean on? You're better off buying a table, you know, because it's stable and you can lean on it, you know. It's fucking wild, man. And it's crazy, the expectations and the bar, you know. I mean, sure, nobody wants to date a bum, but chances, remember them? I don't know. Life is exactly like a online dating service. If you match, and you'll know, you have a conversation with random female for the first, I don't know, 5-10 minutes into that conversation, she's already got it like, and yes, okay, we could go out. That's my experience. That's what I think is occurring right now. Some people have better luck. Some people are just happy being single, and some people like, experiencing one-nighters. I don't know. Whatever. But the origin, the base of love has a new meaning today, and it's nothing like how it was. It's just how it is. It's unfortunate. I hope there's a renaissance of the old way of hooking up again and developing loving relationships. I know there's some out there. I like to see more of it, and I guess time will tell. We'll see. But the younger generations, they're lost, and this is a hookup nation now. So, ride the wave if you will. Find love either way you can. So that's that. Okay, so we're moving on with that to another subject. You like this? This is what I do. This is how crazy I am. I guess I'm neurotic. Is that what that means? Oh, this is cool. I get a lot of flack for this one. So, men and women differences. I read it was a meme or something saying, dudes are too busy doing podcasts that women have to pick up the guy's job, and it was an advertisement saying, women are going for HVAC, electrician, carpentry. Good for them. Great. Okay. But you're still going to need help lifting a 50-pound cinder block or whatever. It's just scientifically proven. I don't have to argue this point. You can look it up yourself. Men and women, X and Y are always built different. Men, no matter what state, are going to have a physical edge regardless, It's just insane. It's insane how much animosity modern women have against dudes. It doesn't make any sense. I get it. A great deal of us are pigs, left a bad impression, fucked out mentally. Okay, but stop generalizing. It's like that stupid fucking question. Oh, I'd rather be lost in the woods with a bear than a man. Okay, I hope the bear fucking rips you apart, okay? Because maybe the fucking man was a park ranger. Okay, you don't fucking know. It's just this generalization that every man has some kind of evil intentions. And I know media portrays it like that. I know. But just, please, women, rationalize your thoughts. Think for yourselves. Don't lump one category, because that's the demeaning to think about it. Everybody, if you lump a category of people and generalize them as they're eventually going to be bad, that's fucked up. That leads to a whole other issue of problems I'm not going to get into, but it's exactly what I see. And not just me. Like I said, you can just do your own research. It is there. I never seen this before. This is crazy. I know there was always been men come from Mars, women come from Venus. There's always been a division there, and because we're two different sexes. But coming together, we could create life. That's a thing, right? I don't know. Oh, and modern feminists complain about the trad wife, the traditional wife, the wife that stays at home, cooks and cleans. And some women are completely fine. Women back in the day did it, and a handful, a very small percentage of women are able to do that today. Obviously, with inflation, cost of living, it's very hard to have one person working in a relationship and support that, especially if you have kids. But I see where that's valued. I know in Eastern countries, obviously, it's more pushed on the man to, be the breadwinner. I see no problem with both parties working. That's, I just, it works. I've seen it. I've been in relationships where that's worked. It's just, it doesn't take away from anybody. Both people, two separate completely jobs, both can earn an income. We could do that here. I'm not going to get into the pay differential. That's a whole other discussion. But all I'm saying is, both men and women could work. Specific jobs, yeah, that's a thing. Not everyone could work what the other person is doing, whether it be complicated or genred toward a certain individual, whatever. That's besides the point. But that too, I don't understand the animosity. Everything you could do, I could do better. Now, well, what about equality? How about that? People are so obsessed with fighting for equality. Why don't you practice what you preach? Be humble with your fellow man or fellow woman. Don't degrade each other. Find ways to support each other and grow on that. Complement your weaknesses and your, the things that you could benefit from. And don't, the strengths. Don't cast each other aside saying you can't do this because you're a gender, or you can't do this because you just don't have the right thought pattern. Why? Why are we still arguing with this? Is this how we're going to go into the future? The fuck? This is why the aliens don't visit us, because they see this shit and they're like, you know what, we'll pass. But yeah, I don't know who. It was enough seeing the whole racism issues always being brought into the spotlight, but now it's a gender war between man and women. We can't find common ground. Who's lacking this? Fuck, just open dialogue, talk. Remember talking? That's all. It doesn't have to be a fucking battle. Just be civil. That's all you got to do. Our parents did it, or they at least try to. Not everyone comes from, a mother and father relationship. Sometimes there's single moms, single dads. Don't degrade them either. They did what they could. There's a reason why that's like that, But no one should prey on the other's weakness and point out their flaws and saying, oh, it's because you're a woman or because you're a man. No, stop it. This isn't the playground anymore. Have thoughtful conversations, and you'll have meaningful responses. Okay? Alright, so that's that. Oh, my last topic, money and the future. We're fucked. No, just kidding. There's more. So I can't say on a global scale, because I'm not global. I'm based right here in the United States, but it doesn't look good. Obviously, the voting situation, it's voting season. So God knows what the hell that'll bring. Zombies next, I think. I don't know. I really don't know the future of this country, of the financial stuff. It seems like everybody and their mother wants to be a entrepreneur or a businessman or own some business, and that's great. But what about the other jobs, huh? The people that wash dishes, the people that put away stock, cooks. What about those people? Are they not as worthy as the other individuals? Don't you think they have a say or a worry in their future, how they have to spend their money? You ever hear the expression, too many chiefs and not enough Indians? Too many talking heads in one room, but no one's doing the actual work, So, I don't know. I really can't, because it's an ongoing thing. This country is ever changing. So is our financial situations. I mean, I'm not getting any richer, no matter how much I get paid. There will always be an increase in taxes, cost of living, as if the universe is working against you. But, some people make it out. Some people hustle, which also could be damaging to your health. After all, we are humans, and there is such a thing of working yourself to death, and it's a slow death. And don't think just by being physically fit you could avoid it. Life catches up to you. Remember, it don't have to be physical. It could be mental. And I've never seen so many mental issues today across the board. Whether it be anxiety, narcissists, people with, short-term memory loss, depression, everything. It's increased. in the younger generation. Nobody wants to listen. Nobody wants to, I guess, pull their own or whatever it is, and it seems bleak. It seems like there's no light at the end of the tunnel, but it's there, and unfortunately, this isn't a group effort. You have to kind of pull yourself up and, sometimes put on a smile, even if you don't want to, just to, keep on trucking, keep on paying the bills, keeping afloat, and hopefully there will be light at the end of the tunnel. I can't tell you when. I hope it's soon. So be on the lookout for that. There should be relief coming. When? I have no idea. I used to think I know, but I don't know. All I could say is save when you can, but, spend enough and spend it on you. You gotta love yourself first before any of this other shit I mentioned, because while mental health is a really big issue, the biggest cure for that is just kind of worrying about your own skin. It's easier said than done. You have responsibilities, whether it be family stuff or work related, whatever. But always at the end of the day, check on yourself. Make sure you're doing okay. Because when you get to a certain age, you still have friends, you still have family, but no one's going to be in the corner as much as you. So just keep that in mind. Worry about yourself every now and then. Treat yourself every now and then. Positive distractions. That'll help you in the long run. Alright, guys. At the end of my list here, there's a lot of topics. That's me being me. I'm honest here. And, I hope you guys learned something. Or, if you want to interject, tell me I'm wrong, applaud me for talking, or whatever. Tell me your piece down below, in the comments. I'll read them. I'll even answer back. Alright, guys. So, yeah, there you have it. That's my little, podcast, my real talk. I had many, many topics. And I hope you guys found it entertaining somewhat, or, knowledgeable. Alright, guys. Thanks again for watching. If you feel like, contributing in any way, supporting the channel, I'll leave a little link at Buy Me a Coffee. It's another way of just, like I said, supporting the channel. Or if you wanted to throw a request, I also do a lot of video reactions on this channel, so that's another way to jump ahead of the line. I'll notice it right away and take care of it ASAP. Alright, that's it, my friends. Thanks for watching. I'll see you all very, very soon. Peace.